Good morning, everyone. I just started this and I'm hearing something out there. So let's get going, just in case. I have already visitors early in the morning. As you can see, I'm sitting a little different in my room here. Come in. Oh, it's my younger granddaughter. Good morning.
I didn't know if you were awake.
I am. Well, you know, Rosie's always awake first.
Yeah.
Yes, goes to sleep first, too.
Yeah.
Did you have fun
Yeah.
harassing Rosie last night with
Yeah.
your older cousin?
Yeah.
Yes.
And guess what? So I was like sleeping, and I was like, and I didn't know what I was like feeling. I felt like fluffy, and it was Elliot.
Elliot is pretty fluffy, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the cats here.
I did not even feel her.
So, are you the only one awake?
Yep.
Yep. Rosie's doing her Bible video. Do you want to hop on the bed and be part of it? Or you want to wait for Rosie make you some breakfast later? Breakfast? You want to wait here or at the house?
House.
Okay.
Oh, and guess what? So I was trying to like pet him, and I was trying to do it. Danny was going like, and I pet him, but he didn't move. I pet him again, and
You tried to bug the cat like you bugged me last night, didn't you? But I appreciated you guys came back and turned the light off again. Yes, I thought I'm gonna have to get back.
I'm gonna turn off the light.
Oh, please don't. I need it today. This morning. I will see you in just a little bit.
Wait. What if you needed the light on to sleep at night? And what if you needed the light off to be
to make my videos?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something? Then it, huh? Yeah. Good
Bye
one.
bye.
See ya. I'll be there soon.
Okay.
And love you. They both came over here last night. So my oldest granddaughter, she's so mischievous. And of course, considering my behavior or my responses to her, we all know where she got it from. So, okay, but she's not mean. So they left, and I was tired. We had the whole house full of people. And I was tired, and I was just going, oh, please, now I have to get up and go turn the light off. Those girls. And I thought, I bet you they're going to come back. And sure enough, they did. My oldest grandson took my blankets, this, because what is your, I'm sleeping here already. She's like, oh, you are? Oh, you are? But then I got everything back and they turned the light off and went on their way. So I slept great last night. I've been sleeping actually good for the last several nights, which means I always sleep good. I don't consider just because I have to get up 2 or 3 times, I'm not sleeping good. But the last 3 nights, it was like, oh, wow, did I get a lot of sleep all in a row? Something must be going really wonderful out in the world. Yes? And Spirit World seems to be having a little bit of a reprieve as well, which is very nice to know. Yes, that's how I look at it. All right. And I changed this in my room around a little. I like it very much the way it is for now. And got into all the corners that needed to be cleaned. Yes, yes, yes. And I have room now for all of my plants. And I have now a little spot where I can sit and do my crafts and certain painting and this and that I'd like to do. Yes? Okay. We are on our way. I saw one this morning, which, why doesn't one even say anything? Yeah? But we're capable of language for a certain reason, huh? For very specific reasons. To appropriately explain something, to use words in their appropriate context, yes, and to kind of recognize when words are being used as an excuse. And one of them was, oh, life, be happy in life, even if life is complicated, right? But regardless, all right, life's not complicated. I can tell you guys right now, when I decided that life is not complicated, doesn't have to be complicated, that life is life. And if they would have used the word challenge, yes, life has its challenges, I'd say, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Then I would have agreed. But complicated, people make their lives complicated. And they make their lives complicated because they want it complicated. Because when one's life is complicated, the excuses stand. Yes, the excuses will not stand. They just won't. Don't make your life complicated to use it as an excuse for the things you just can't do, for the things that are just where then you can complain, yes, and lament, and who knows what. Declutter your life, yes. Suddenly you realize, well, life is actually very simple. Huh? God gave us 10 commandments. Just 10. Go have a look on how many rules it takes to drive a car, and how many people are capable of keeping all of them X thousand rules. Just fine to be out in a car. You seldom hear people, except for me, who say, oh, I can't drive. There's too many rules, so I'm not going to drive. I want to complicate my life by not driving a car. I say, I don't want to drive anymore. I feel that physically, I'm just not capable of driving anymore. Could I? I know people take their risks out there with bodies that are not quite functioning anymore in the way that they should driving a car. I realized I'm not going to risk my life having suddenly a hip go out where then I'm in so much pain. Can I really still control a car? Or lose feeling, which sometimes happens in one of my legs, especially my legs. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather not drive a car, make sure that everyone out there is safe, and that I am safer. I've got plenty of people who are driving, yes, and then I don't make demands. Well, I need to go there, so you need to take. No, I just wait. I make my life very simple in that way, and simple for everyone else around me. And go along when I can, and otherwise I'm very well set, very simple in my life. I don't have to go to the store or out there all the time to do this or that. Yes, just saying. That's where I am at my life, and I simplified my life rather than complicating it with something I full well know I shouldn't be doing anymore. Yes, just saying. Yes. All right, so let's get going here. So life's not complicated. What?
I can't open the door.
Why not? Did you lock it? You can. All right. Honey, you're more than welcome to come and sit here with Grozy. We are in the book of Job 7. And it's still under only the sufferer knows his own grief. Is not human life on earth just conscript service? What did I start out with? Okay. No, it isn't. It really isn't. Do we not live a hireling's life? All right, at that time, I think if you are chosen, a chosen people by our heavenly parent, you're not just in service to whatever. You're not just a hireling. You're not just. You've been chosen, called, because God sees advancement in some. Where then He is expecting, hoping, wishing. Someone has a problem there.
Come in here.
No, don't bring him in here, because 5 minutes later he wants to go back out. Then I have to get up.
Oh.
Oh, look who else is awake. You guys want to come in and sit down and be a part of my Bible video? Because that's what I'm doing. Well, I'm amazed. I was sitting out there for a while this morning and I thought, what could I go and do and bug those two with? Huh? Like take a marker, a permanent marker, and draw a circle on your nose or your cheek or something. Then I thought, why don't I just remove everything from her nightstand and put it somewhere she can't find it anymore right away? And then I thought, I'll block their door from getting out. But then I thought, if I do that, I'll never have peace the whole day. That's a jade leaf that came off. Rosie has overwatered her jade plant. Yes. All right, let's keep going here. So God's... really? So what? We were talking about that yesterday. Rosie, you wear 2 glasses sometimes. That's right. Chose the people of Israel so they can serve him and attend to him and bow to him and I don't know what. Really? Yes? Or were they chosen because God could see a fundamental good base among the people of Israel? To do what? To live life to the fullest as it was created and on earth as it was created by the Creator. To create things like this. Yeah? Beautiful human beings like this. And that one back there. Right? Yes. Okay. So let's keep reading here. So again, he wants to look at it that way. I disagree. I have months of futility assigned to me, nights of suffering to be my lot. Oh, also tells me, wasn't he really rich and had all these herds and people under him? How did he treat them that he's looking at this in this way? Oh, yeah. Okay, just saying. Lying in bed I wonder, when will it be day? No sooner up then, when will evening come? And crazy thoughts obsess me till twilight falls. Vermin and loathsome scabs cover my body. My skin is cracked and oozes pus. Swifter than a weaver's shuttle my days have passed, and vanished, leaving no hope behind. Remember that my life is but a breath, and that my eyes will never again see joy. The eye that once saw me will look on me no more. Your eyes will turn my way, and I shall not be there. A cloud dissolves and is gone. So no one who goes down to Sheol ever comes up again, ever comes home again. And his house knows that person no more. Wow, what golly. I think this dude had problems before. Okay. It's a story. I would say that probably today some people can identify with the words here spoken. Then what have you let yourself become? Is this story, in a way, describes not really a relationship with God, which in the beginning we were told Job has. Right? Yes, highly regarded by God due to his manner and behavior. Yet, there was an underground something, muddy river, right, that has been running through his life. All his life. And when things suddenly weren't so good, all that came to the surface. Not all the goodness within. Yeah? Interesting. So again, this is very much a good lesson in a way, if you look at it the right way. Saying, what have I made out of my life, really? How do I regard life? And why do I regard it as such? is there really God in my life? Is God truly in my life? Or have I created a masterpiece of something around me that as soon as someone pokes a hole, disappears? And really what lies underneath comes up. And it's not pretty, hard to deal with. Just asking. Yeah. And his house knows that person no more. That's an odd one. I want to leave. Again, just you can take this any which way you want to. Okay. That is why I cannot keep quiet. In my anguish of spirit, I shall speak. Aha. Now the reason, right? Yes. I feel so bad. I gotta say something. Why? I've seen some, again, ways on how a person relates another person's conflict that ends very badly, right? With end of life. And on how, oh, just because a person smiles on the outside doesn't mean they feel like that on the inside. Okay. So, yeah. Well, okay. With how much grace do people carry their challenges? Okay. Or complicated lives. I'm asking. What? What if people were to actually go by? Yeah, okay, so it says consider that they may have challenges as well. Well, of course. Who wouldn't consider that? But that does not excuse someone from then taking their own life. No. And yes, I've already explained in many other videos on how that can happen, how that comes to be, this and that. And I think personally that often we're reacting in a way where I have to say, you know what? You have freedom of will. If this is what you want to do, I don't agree with it. But hey, what am I going to do when someone decides to take a knife to their own life? I think that's very selfish. I don't care what the reasons are. It's a very selfish way to leave this world. And I pray for them. I pray really, really hard for them because they end up in such a desolated place, exactly in the way that they had constructed their lives around all this misery that then led to what? Just saying. So, yeah, saying something, sure. But in a way, if there is hurt coming from others, let them know. Or if you see inconsistencies, let them know. Say, why are you, and ask questions. Why are you doing this to me? Is there a specific purpose that has to be done? Give me a reason why I'm being treated like this, for example. Or search, what's missing in my life that makes me so miserable? I'm just saying, right? So, when he says here, that is why I cannot keep quiet. In my anguish of spirit I shall speak. But are his words worth hearing? I think sometimes the best answer to some things where you're going, hey, buddy, I do know how you live. And then if you would just be willing to make some changes, probably a lot of it would be less complicated, right? Okay. But the best one can do is just pray. Well, I don't really have any answers to, because you're not going to listen to them anyway. But I can pray for you. I can pray and send some good energy to you. And sometimes that's better than saying a whole lot, right? Yes. Every person that I have ever come across that I knew had suicidal tendencies as long as they were around me, as far even after that. And in the treatment that I gave them, in a way, they did not. They stopped thinking that way. Oh, so I'm so good at, I don't know. I feel that a lot of the love and care that I carry within me, and then some of this tough love, comes from being centered on my heavenly parent, the true parent, Jesus. I learned from the best. And it seems to work. It is working. Yes? All right. Oh, and I'm still suffering with my back. I should not have done what I did a few days ago. But it's okay. It's not that bad. Offer it up. Offer it up. There's a child out there that needs my pain right now. Here. It needs to be here. So Spirit World can work in that child's life to be in less pain. Go right ahead. Make the other side hurt too. I don't even care now. See? Not making things complicated. Making them very, very simple. And I give my pain a reason. Done. It still hurts though. I gotta find a more comfortable way to sit here. This word helps. In my bitterness of soul I shall complain. Am I the sea, or some sea monster that should keep me under guard? If I say my bed will comfort me, my couch will lighten my complaints, you'd frighten me with dreams and terrify me with visions. How did... I guess he's talking to Eliphaz? How did he do that? So that strangling would seem welcome in comparison. Yes, death preferable to what I suffer. You see, that's the sad thing is oftentimes people, when you say, well, aren't you a bit hypocritical here right now? Then there comes a, yeah, I just need to hear that. Sure. Here you come, and you make it even worse. Really? Now, who's complicating things again? The person that is trying to say, hey, what are you doing actually? Why are you carrying it in this awful way, and the way you're wording things now? Rather than, where is the strength that you were giving to others, yet you don't really have it for yourself? And here is that the comeback is not, oh, where, okay, if the story were true, or the person who's maybe has gone through it is not Job, steps back, reflects before they react and say, wow, I should really rethink that. That's actually really good advice. No, what is being done? Can't that just be miserable? Yeah, you can. But then don't complain about that either. I'm just saying. I should not have said, oh, just let the pain intensify, because it just did. It's good. I offered it. You take it. I'm good with that. It means it's working. Yeah, you see, it means it's working. Spirit says, yep, we can really work with this pain of yours that you're accepting and offering for us to use that energy, that good energy, that positive energy you want to carry with that pain. You see? Change of thinking. All right. I am wasting away. My life is not unending. Leave me then, for my days are but a breath. Okay, he says, my life is not unending. Leave me then, for my days are but a breath. That's a fallible sentence right there. I don't know if you guys are getting it. I am. As I said, how are words being used? Flip-flop things around. You just said this. Now you're saying this. Which is it? Yes? Complicate life. Well, you have to be able to, if things go one way or the other, right? You got to have said, well, I said. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. Yeah, but you said that other thing. I said, yeah, but I said this too. So I could go either way. That's a safety net, isn't it? All right. What are human beings that you should take them so seriously, subjecting them to your scrutiny? That morning after morning you should examine them, and at every instant test them. Will you never take your eyes off me, long enough for me to swallow my spittle? Suppose I have sinned, what have I done to you, you tireless watcher of humanity? Who is he talking to here now? Why do you choose me as your target? Why should I be a burden to you? Can you not tolerate my sin, not overlook my fault? For soon I shall be lying in the dust. You will look for me, and I shall be no more. It's kind of difficult to know here right now who he is talking to. Is he actually just talking to Eliphaz here? Or is Eliphaz used to have a direct conversation with God? But it's not God, right? So that offense can't be taken. Okay. After all, we can talk to each other however we want to, right? Yes? Oh. So there it is. Anywho, I often said to people who, the internet is such a nice screen to snap, right? That's all. What are you going to do to me if I say something you don't like? Anything? And I've often said to people who I thought, well, that's cruel. Why would you say something like that? You don't even know me. Right? How could you presume, make up stuff about me that you don't even know? You don't know anything about me. I often said, I want to hear this. I'm going to invite you to my farm. Come and see me. Come and hang out with me. And then what you just said that to my face. If you're saying things on here online that then you can't stand in front of another person and tell them the exact same thing that you're so courageously saying here, then you should just keep your mouth shut. Yes, reality looks a little bit different. Yes? All right, not talking whoever is watching here, that you just saying. I've told to people, I don't think you would have the courage to say what you just said about me to my face, standing in front of me. There. Okay, so don't make life complicated or think it's complicated. Life's never complicated. We decide to make it as complicated as we can. And the thing also, when you really look at your life, how simple it actually is for many of us around the world who live in civilized, who live in more advanced countries, supposedly have a good system where people work together in a country and things like electricity, the water, the internet, everything, food, is available. People working, uniting together, and then it's available out there, of course, to buy. All right. Just saying. But things are functioning. Why is that? Why have our lives been made so simple? We consider a simple life what? Oh, 2, 3, 500 years ago, where, farmers were out there growing crops and raising cattle and animals or whatever for food, and they build homes without all them machines, this and that. Oh, okay. Simple life. Yes? Well, life's still simple. It's become more simple since then. Because there are so many people working hard out there to keep things going. To be out there after a storm and restore your electricity and all that. Yes? And if one is a little bit prepared for an outage, for example, I'm just using that as an example, then life doesn't get complicated just because you don't have electricity anymore. You just have to, switch gears. Call it switch gears. Switching gears isn't complicated. When you drive a car, used to be you had to switch the gears. Yeah? Yes, in a stick shift, which I learned how to drive with. Now the car's doing it. So simple. Yes? It's not complicated. Much less complicated. Or less simple than it used to be. more simple than it used to be. Yeah? When it comes to a car, yeah, there are other things more complicated in a car now, right? Which button do I push to roll the window down? Well, who did that? If something goes wrong with the computers in a car, they can crash you. Well, who did that? Okay, who complicated a car? There were certain things that, simplifying them, that's great. More simple, that's great. Less for me to do. More hands on the wheel. But then there are other things that became more complicated in a car. Well, who did that? Oh, your life's like that too. Anyway, and I think that when anybody says, well, it's complicated, I'm going, no, it's not. You want it to be complicated because now you have an excuse to either not do it or do it your own way. Or complain and lament over your complicated life. Just saying. There. No excuses, take responsibility, and your life will become very, very simple, beautiful, happy, no matter what. I'm going to go make some breakfast for those girls now. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and embrace you with love, and I will talk to you all, God willing, talk tomorrow.